Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Thoughtful Thursday. We're getting near the end of the year, and we're talking about Jesus, and we're talking about the prophecy that Isaiah prophesied over 700 years prior to Jesus being born. Isaiah 9, verse 6. He is the mighty God. He is the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And today we're going to be talking about the mighty God. God is almighty, all powerful. I want us to dive into Psalm 95. Such a powerful psalm. And really what the question that I want you to think about, to ponder, to really think about for Thoughtful Thursdays: when's the last time you heard his voice? When's the last time you experienced his presence? My prayer is that today, as you think upon his word, as you go to him, that he would speak so clearly to you, that you would tune out the distractions, that you would tune in to the frequency of his voice, because this is God's word. This is his breath. His word right here. That's why we do these daily doses on a daily basis, because we encourage you to get into his word consistent and daily. And so thank you so much for tuning in to these. Hopefully it is an encouragement. And if it is an encouragement to you, I want to encourage you to spread it and share it, like it, subscribe. And so here's the thing. It's not about making ourselves known. It's about making him known. And so if it's making a difference in your life, make sure you share it, so hopefully it can be a blessing to someone else. Psalm 95, here we go. We're talking about the mighty God. Psalm 95, starting in verse 3. The Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. I want you to think about the beauty of this world. I mean, we've got some amazing, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live in Pennsylvania. I don't know if you live in Maryland. I don't know if you live in Minnesota, Washington, Idaho, Texas. I don't know where you live, or you could be out of the country, and you're listening, watching this. Thank you so much for that. But we've got some amazing architectures. We got some amazing waterfalls, amazing mountains, amazing rivers, amazing oceans. I mean, it's just, and it's God creating it out of his voice. He spoke things into existence, and everything that we see is in his hands, and he formed it, including you, including me. And then he goes on, he says in verse 6, in light of that, in light of the magnitude of God, in light of the mightiness of God, the power of God, verse 6 says this: come now, let us bow in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are his people of his pasture, and the flock under his care. And I want you to take a moment and think about that. Have you allowed Jesus to be your great shepherd? Have you allowed him to guide you? Have you allowed him to protect you? Have you allowed him to shelter you as you have been in his care, as you have ran into his shelter, his loving arms? And then I love this next part here, the last part of verse 7 says, today, if only you would hear his voice. And that's my prayer for each and every single one of you listening, watching this, is that you would hear his voice, that you would experience his love, that you would experience his guidance, that you would experience his healing touch today. Go after him unashamedly. Take some extra time today and run after him. You may need to get outside of your comfort zone. You may need to get out of your house. You maybe need to just reflect and sit down. I don't know what that may look like for you. But one thing that I do know, let's choose to draw near to him today. And that promise in James 4:8 is that he will draw near to us. My prayer is that you experience him today as you choose to go after him. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.